Happy Thursdays, everyone. I'm so excited. A little bit of weed just come out because have a guess what we're doing. We're going to North Wales. Have a look at this. Lee, what you doing?
Stuffing.
We've got a roof bag thing, so let's hope that stays on all the way to North Wales. And we've got our tent and the Jackeries and everything, but we've still got shitloads to fit in the actual car itself, so I hope it's all going to fit. We've got a table and beer and cool boxes and food, and we'll get it in, bye. We're all ready to go now. So we've got loads of soft stuff in the top, and in the back obviously it's full of stuff. Oh, we got it all in, everyone. Bye. Lee?
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yes.
We're not nearly in Wales.
We're not.
We're near Brum.
Yes, but.
Because we want to be together. And we want to watch the Villa. But we're not going to watch the Villa because they're not playing today. So I don't know what I'm really talking about. But we're on our way. The roof lid thing seems to be okay. We did stop at Watford Gap just to check it, didn't we, Lee Lawson? Yeah, but they hate saying Watford, Shitford Gap. And everything seemed okay. We had a couple of flaps flapping, which was
Bear
irritating.
left after 3/4 of a mile and continue to follow the M6.
Don't you love sat-navs interrupting our filming? I'll tell you, they're so rude. Anyway, we're well on our way. I'll show you the Villa ground when we go by, just because I need to for my own well-being. Bye.
Bye.
And there we go, just in the background there is Villa Park. Absolutely amazing stadium, to be fair. Lee needs a wee.
Is it here? Oh god. I do. I've done well, 2 hours.
Yeah, for a middle-aged lady, I guess.
Rude.
Are you
I bet
real?
you do one.
Yeah, of course I'll do one. We've stopped here
Make
before.
a U-turn
I was gonna say,
if
this looks,
possible. Then
familiar,
take the
Lala.
next
Yeah, they're just here,
left
aren't they?
turn.
It's a bit Ilia now.
Ilia.
Ilia. Yay, we're in Welsh Wales. And now we won't understand the road signs. Llanfair Pwlpingydd, goes mynd drwy'r Me mouth got a bit funny there. Llantysilio, go. I'll tell ya. We're going to Llanelli. No, we're not. We're going to Llangollen. Well, we're not actually going to Llangollen yet. We're going a bit further to Llandegla, or thereabouts. Stunning. Let's see. We have to talk Welsh now, we will see. It's absolutely beautiful. There may be some gorillas or some bumblebees. And a 2-litre car. Bye.
Araf. I know that Araf is slow. That's the only word I know well, I think.
And bollocks.
Araf.
You know bollocks. It's getting exciting now, isn't it, Lee? We're probably about 20 minutes, half an hour away, I guess.
15 minutes.
15 minutes away. I think this is going to take us up the horseshoe pass even. It's not the way I would have gone, but it's the way Lee's Nissan cash cow told us to go. Bye. We're in Llangollen. We're going down the main centre. We're going to go over to Bridge,
Turn left
across the River Dee.
250 yards and follow the A542.
It's very familiar. I used to come here dirt biking all the time. And I used to teach people how to ride dirt bikes. It's quite busy actually, I'm surprised. We're higher.
Indeed. I'm glad we're not on that point. Although we will be when we come down. Oh God, there's sheep on the road.
Well, we are in Wales.
It's scary. Because I'm driving.
I think Lee's forgotten how to drive.
I'm nervous.
Look at that.
More sheep in the road and cyclists.
It's really high, look.
I'm not looking.
And there's the famous Ponderosa Cafe. Loads of bikers meet here because this is a brilliant road for bikes. It's even better going over them and dirt bikes. We're here, everyone. We're at Lynn Reese. Straight on, I guess. Well, we've got just about everything in before it started raining, and we obviously got the tent up. But we've been having issues, haven't we, Lee Lawson?
God, yes.
We have been having proper issues. First of all, this bed here wouldn't pump up, would it, Lee? You
No,
fixed that with
the
your long
internal-
finger. You fingered it, didn't you? Give a good hard fingering.
Got sore finger.
So they're pumped up. Obviously we've got to tidy up and everything in there, but you can kind of see, well, you can see how big it is, said the bishop to the actress. And then we've got issues with the chair. So this chair's fine, look, this is fine. But you tell me what the heck is going on with this one. Let me just open it. Methinks someone forgot to put this through that bit there, so it went down there before they put them bits on. So I've got to find a screwdriver, undo this hopefully, and fix that one as well. So yeah. But I'll tell you what though, Lee.
What?
The cooler's been working all the way up here, so when I do finally get a beer, it'll be cold. Bye! You didn't say bye.
Oh, sorry, bye.
Stop! Just for one moment. I have a question before we carry on with this vlog. Have you subscribed yet? Have you pressed the thumbs up? We need you to press the thumbs up to help our algorithm. We've been looking at the figures, you know, and we know there's a lot more people watch than actually subscribe. So we're asking you to subscribe because it helps us out. And as I say, thumbs up, bell thingy and all that nonsense. Should we get on with the vlog? Pretty please. Bye. Well, Lee, have a guess what? Well, you know what?
I know what.
The chair was irreparable
It is.
because it was pop riveted, not screwed. And I'd rather be screwed than pop riveted, wouldn't you, Lee?
Definitely.
So we're taking the chance of going into Llangollen because it's getting a bit late now. What is it, about 3:45? 4
4
o'clock?
o'clock, dead on.
So we're going to go to there because I know there's an oldie there, and they in southern places like, well, we're in Midlands now, aren't we? Midlands. They were selling camping gear, so we hope there'll be some sort of seat we can get, some sort of chair, so that we can sit on the floor. Lee fixed. Oh, I told you, she fixed the bed. Anyway, that's it. Bye. Sometimes I forget what I've told people. It's all too much. I'm so excited. It's raining, by the way.
I was going to say,
It's Wales.
We're a little moist.
Well, look at this then. I hope you can hear me because it's a bit windy. But that's not a bad view, is it? If we squingle round there, we've got some sheeps. Lee's car. And the tent. Would you like a little tour? Right then, out here, which is the porch area. It's the shit area. It's where all the beer and the cold stuff goes. And just stuff like the water and just stuff that we don't want in the tent. And then of course we go into the main living area and we have our lovely table, and I've left the flappages up for you so you can see our storage. So we've got stuff for some of our food and some pots, and there's stuff down there. And then we move on to Jackery corner, and there's the big Jackery which haven't had to get out yet. We've got the baby Jackery which has been running the fridge all day, so and that's still got 60 or 70% on it, something like that. And then if we squingle round, Oh, actually, let's have a look at that window first. These are called crystal clear windows, I say. And now we skingle round to my corner. That's where I sit. As you can see, a lovely hobgoblin gold. And another window. And here's Lee doing the shitter. Because behind her, that's going to be our toilet block. And in here, we have the bedroom area. We have air mattressy things that are supposed to, well, you've heard about that. She finally got it up in the end. And we got some teddy bear blankety stuff under there. And then we have our lights, look. So Lee's put our solar bulby things around there. And we've got our main lantern there. And we have a Hector. And we have a carpet. I'll tell you, this isn't camping as we used to do it, was it? Is it, Lee?
No.
I think this might...
Glamping.
Is it glamping?
It is.
I'll tell you. That's it, because it's o'clock. You've never had so much room, have you, Hector? You're not supposed to bark with your mouth full. Lee? You can't hurt me. Have you ever been cosy in a tent before?
Mm.
You got to open your eyes so people can see your eyes.
I'm tired.
Yeah, but it's only like 9 o'clock or something.
It doesn't matter. We've been up since 6:30 this morning.
We're all really cosy in our tent now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Hey, Hector's very cosy. He's loving it, Hector is. Look, here's our bed. I can't wait to get in my bed, I say. We might do a final bit. I don't know what I'm talking about, really. We might have a little chat when we get to bed. It's nice, it's all dark. It's kind of a little bit calm, but every now and again the tent does do the old wiggle shuffle, doesn't it, Lee? Let me go. So yes, we're going to be heading for bed soon. Maybe perhaps one more beer. Just to help me sleep through all the noise. Lee's had a wee in the toilet. I've had a wee.
Thanks for sharing that.
Well, that's all right.
Had a wee in the toilet.
Well, that's what we bought the toilet for.
Well, yeah.
And I've had a wee outside 17 times already.
17.
And just the update on the Jackery, for all those that need to know. This has been powering our fridge all day and we're at 39%. I am actually going to turn it off because it'll be cool enough in here this evening. And we'll put the big boy Jackery on tomorrow because it's going to be a bit sunny, and then we'll try and charge the whole thing up again and see how we go. Because this is a little challenge for the Jackeries, I say, because, you know, all these people in California who do it, well, of course it's going to bloody charge them up. But in Wales, North Wales, we'll see. This is a proper test of the Jackeries, I say.
By wind, we'd have no trouble.
Indeed. Well, we're not just talking about Jackeries, we're actually talking about any solar power station type thing. Because it's all well and good having Jackeries and whatever, but how do you recharge them? It's not about how much they hold for me. It's about how long can they go and how we get them back charged up again without proper electric. What do you think, Hector? You're not allowed to do a poo or a wee in here, by the way.
He's eyeing up the bed, I think.
I think he is. He's saying, oh, is it time for bed, Hector?
Oh, yes, I think I like that. Go to bed.
Should we go sleepy nights then, Lee?
Yes, I think so.
Well, I can't. It's too early. Bye.
Oh, I am. Bye.
Bye. Lee?
Yes.
Have you ever been camping before?
Not for a very, very, very long time.
I'll tell you what. When was the last time we actually went camping?
I don't know.
It's got to be... How old are we now? Old. It's got to be 20. It's got to be... Oh, Enduroland.
Oh,
That's the last time we went camping. In when was that?
2010 maybe?
No, I mean, what month was that?
September. It was freezing.
It was. I'll tell you what, I had a cock like a walnut whip.
I just kept putting on more clothes and then went to bed and put more clothes on.
Didn't Luke go missing as well for a bit? Our son.
I don't know.
And then he was very ill the next day, wasn't he?
I can't remember.
He was. So yeah, so our first night camping for many, many years. And it's fabulous, I say. It's pissing down with rain, as expected. We're in Wales, as you know, and it's windy. It's not as windy as I thought it would be, because it ain't as windy as it would be if it's windier, is it, Lee?
No, there's lots of sheep. Surprise, surprise.
Lee,
What?
I'll tell you what.
What?
It's time for sleepy nights now.
It is. I'm tired.
Night, everyone.
No.
See you tomorrow.
Hopefully we're still here.
Well,
We haven't blown away.
I'll tell you what. At least we've got a bit of weight behind us. So if we're lying on here, the tent can't blow away with me and you in it, can it?
Rude.
We might just end up in this room. It's quite good, isn't it? It's like its own room. Look. Can everyone see? It's very cool, isn't it? Anyway, that's it now. Say bye.
Bye.
Hector's scangled his way, hasn't he?
Indeed.
Look. Say night, Hector. Bye. Good morning, everyone. We're still in Wales and we slept well and the tent didn't blow away. So we're just making a lovely cup of tea down there. And look at this, we've got a bit of sunshine. So we'll put a bit of charge back into that little Jackery. How beautiful is this? So yeah, it was a little bit cold at about 4:55 in the morning. That's when I woke up because I needed a wee, as I always seem to do. And Lee was a bit cold. Well, it weren't cold underneath, it's just when our heads were out. So we'll probably put the other duvet on tonight. And let me tell you, those bedrooms, they ain't blackout at all. I couldn't see any difference this morning. So God knows what they're talking about. So that's just a load of old bollocks. But the tent's holding up well. Happy days. Don't know what we're going to do today, apart from charge Jackery. Bye. Stunning, I say. Absolutely stunning. Lee,
Yes.
have you ever sat outside before?
Yes.
How was your night's sleep?
Well, it was a bit cold.
Was you actually cold?
I was, but then I was too lazy to get up and to do anything about it.
Because you didn't have that on, did you? What
No.
you're wearing now?
I just had my short and vesty top, which isn't warm enough for -5.
It wasn't -5. We put another duvet in because we did bring 2 duvets. But we only have lightweight ones, didn't we? But I wasn't cold, apart from my head was a little bit cold at
You
about
had
5
your
o'clock in the morning.
full pyjamas on, didn't you?
Yeah, obviously. Is that all you got to say on the matter then?
Well, yeah, that's
How's
it.
your camping experience so
It's
far?
all right, yeah, it's lovely. I didn't bring my Crocs, so which I should have done. So,
I tell you.
so my Birks they're not ideal for walking around in wet grass in the morning. So
Indeed.
I was just about to write on my camping notes.
Yeah, we need another little table, don't we?
We do.
First we want better tent pegs.
Maybe more water carriers because
They're a bit shit.
the water tastes fine.
But that might be the water, Lee. It's Welsh water, remember?
I'm sure it doesn't taste like TCP.
Okay, bye.
But
Right, we've got some tea on the go now. We're trying to cook it, but the gas bottle was low. Cooked the water. But the old gas bottle was low, and then when I shook it, it all went high and it wouldn't cook it. And the same was going for this camping gas thing. That's a load of shit that is. That don't last long, the gas, let me tell you. But we've actually got some bacon that's actually starting to cook now. So an hour or so later after starting, Lee?
starving.
And it's going to rain in a minute, isn't it? If you look there, it looks rather nice, doesn't it? Looks okay. Then you go around here. Ooh, they're looking ominous, aren't they? Bye. Well, look at this. Lee's drying her hair on the Jackery. Well, not on the Jackery, because the Jackery won't dry your hair, but the hairdryer will that's plugged into the Jackery. But of course you already knew that. How splendid. I think Lee's happy we got a Jackery now, aren't you, Lee?
Huh?
You're happy we got one now, aren't you? Bye. Right then, shall we have a little Jackery update? Because I know a lot of people are interested in these solar generators. Well, they're not solar generators unless you actually get solar panels for them. Otherwise, they're just a big battery bank. But I'm not just talking about Jackery, it could be any of them. And because we've come to Wales, and as you can see, this isn't California. So charging them by solar, when you hear all these Americans going about, oh, they charge really quick on solar. Well, I'm sure they do in California. But they won't in North Wales, will they? But we wanted to do an experiment this weekend, so we brought our Jackery 1000 and our Jackery 240. As you probably already know, I think I probably mentioned it already. But anyway, we had the little 240 yesterday running in the fridge when we drove up in the car. So we got a cool box, which when it's on fairly low runs at about 25 watts. Okay, 25 watts, something like that. You can get it down to 17 if you almost turn it off, so it just keeps it chilled rather than cold, if you know what I mean. But what we actually did in the car, we actually used it not as a battery bank, because obviously we could just plug it into the 12 volt if we wanted to, but it actually runs better, our fridge, if you actually plug it in via 240 volt. I don't know why, it just does. So we really just used the little Jackery as an inverter for the car as we drove up here. So obviously when we got here, it was at, I think it was at 100%, because we were getting more power from the car than the fridge was using on the Jackery, if you understand. So that worked. So we got here about 1 o'clock, and as soon as we brought it in, we left it running on the baby Jackery, the 240, and we ran the fridge. Lee charged a watch, and there's a couple of other little bits on there, and we turned that off around 11 o'clock, I believe, just 10 to 11, something like that, I think it was, and it was down to 36%. So that did quite well, considering it's just a little 240, remember. So that kept the fridge running all day. I did make a mistake with it. I actually had the fridge on high for a couple of hours, so I reckon it had only probably gone down to about 45 to 50% if I'd done it properly, but I bucked up. So obviously we've now had to charge that, and we've got no electric here, we've got no electric hookup. So you think, well, how on earth do you get the power back in? And that's what I think is the most important thing about these solar generators, is how you recharge them. Because there's two types of people who I think that use Jackeries and similar. Is the ones who just want them for camping, and other people who want them to be a solar generator to save money on our energy bills. Now, of course, our boat is all solar on there anyway, but in winter we wouldn't have enough, so hence this is the reason we got the big Jackery, to help us out if we need to. If electric gets so bloody expensive, at least for us we've kind of invested in the future. That's the reason we did. And the camping thing, yes, absolutely brilliant for that, but I still want to keep them at 100%. So as you can see, as I've just said, it's not the best weather, and now it's approaching 1 o'clock, and we've had the Jackery on the solar panel this morning. Remember, from I think it was 36%, did I say 32 or 36%? We've had that on since about 8:30 this morning, and you think, well, is that going to recharge that up? So let's go and have a little look, shall we? Right, so there's a solar panel, just a single 100 watt one for the little Jackery, and the little Jackery's down here, and let's see what we're at. We're at 100%, so that's fully charged again. So even in this inclement weather, we have got it back to 100%. So that's done its job. It's only pulling in 5 or 6 watts. The sun's on and off. So what we'll do now is we'll take this one back inside, put this on the fridge, bring the big bugger out here, because that's down. Lee's been washing her hair or drying her hair and all sorts. I've charged me phones and me batteries and all sorts of stuff, me camera batteries. So everything in there is now fully charged. So I'm going to put this one back on the fridge, bring the big Jackery out with 2 panels, and see what we can get out of that for the rest of the afternoon. Right then, I've got the big boy out here now, and as you can see, we now have 2 solar panels. And you would think that these would get 200 watts in on a beautifully sunny day, but they won't. That's something you all need to understand, because you get this little converter to stick 2 panels together. It actually runs in parallel. So, and there's also a restriction on how much power the Jackery can take coming in. So I believe on solar it's around 130 or 140 watts. So I'll get them all plugged up and see what we've got. Right then, I've plugged the 2 solars into these connectors, and then this connector goes into the Jackery, goes in here. And we'll see how much power this is going to pull in. I can't see it pulling in more than 20 watts at the moment, maybe less than that, because the other one was only pulling in 5 watts, wasn't it? So we'll see what this is pulling in. It's actually pulling in 83 watts, 84 watts. So it does, in inclement weather, having the 2 panels is a brilliant thing, because although you're not going to get your full 200 watts, in inclement weather you are going to get a lot more power going in than with a single panel, because you can get up to 130 or so. I'm sorry about the wind, can't do anything about that. Here's another top camping tip. Hey Hector, these from Amazon, the ones with the 2 green handles, under no circumstances buy them. They are a piece of shit, and I'll tell you why. I think they're actually dangerous, because there's something in this plastic, right, that makes the water, and there's a lot of water in there, there's 20 odd litres in there, taste of TCP, and it even smells of TCP. So I can't think for one moment that that's good for you to drink. So we're going to go off and just get some bottles of water for now, but next time we go camping we certainly won't buy cheap shit like this again. So as I say, never buy these, they're crap, unless you want TCP water. What do you think, Hector? Yeah, he don't give a shit. He's got nice fresh water. Bye. Straight in the rubbish. Lee, there's been another malfunction, hasn't there, darling? First we had the bed that wouldn't pump up, then we had the chair that wouldn't, well, it was just bollocks, and
Now we've got the foil that won't unwrap.
it's just unbelievable. Something's happened, and it's obviously been closed. It was in a box, so how can it be broken? I wonder what's happened to quality control, to be fair. All we're trying to do is have a barbecue. Thank you, darling.
We tried to cut the end off, but then I think we've made it worse, because
Okay.
there's more, I'm thinking.
Bye.
Right.
Well, that'll have to be good enough. What do you reckon, everyone? I think the barbecue will still be fine. Bye. Not a bad life, is it? Bye. We're sizzling. As you can see, there's a few more people here now, which is kind of nice. There's a few up the top of the field as well. But we're having burgers and sausages and all sorts, and Red Stripe, happy as a pig in shit. Bye. Lee?
Yes.
Is this fabulous?
It's absolutely fabulous.
What a bloody splendid place we picked.
It is, well done.
I mean, I just can't believe, look, it's Wales and it's sunny. I mean, look at that. It's all too much. Let's have a skingle round. Fabulous. Bye. Splendid, I say. Absolutely splendid. Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday, and I've got a weird question here, right? This that you can see at the moment, you can't see through it, can you? Because Lee's in bed, right? She's still sleepy nighting. Well, she's not now because I woke her up. But you can see, because this is supposed to be our night. What's it called, Lee? A nightfall thing or something? So it's supposed to not let you wake up because it's bright in there. But watch this. When I go in, all right? If I go in here, well, we can see the whole tent from inside here, so it's like it's inside out, isn't it, Lee? Lee, have you ever been to sleepy nights before? But isn't that weird? And then we can see you having a poo, but you can't if you're out in that area. So there you go. There's my thing. What's that all about then, eh? See, told you. Bye. Flipping heck, it's windy, I say. We've had some proper big gusts, so 35 mile an hour gusts today. It's all too much, I say. Bye. Right then, as you can see, I've strategically placed Lee's car in front of the tent to try and stop a bit of the wind, because I tell you what, it is actually quite disconcerting because it's proper windy. So that bit up there, that came all the way back here and collapsed in on itself. I grabbed hold of it because I didn't really want it to go too much further, but I guess it would have sprung back. But goodness me, we won't be going anywhere today. We're protecting the tent. Bye. Hello, sheeps. Hector's having a good old sniff around. Hector, come on. It's not actually as windy down here. So you can't see our tent at the moment because we're down a dip now where we're walking. We're just walking around the perimeter of the campsite. Thought we'd just take the little hound out for a wander because, as I say, we haven't left the tent today. I must admit, I'm a bit tense, you might say. Tense. That's quite funny. I just realised I said that. Yeah, I do fret a bit. I don't like wind. I don't like wind on the boat, and I don't like wind camping. And it's bloody windy up there, let me tell you. Well, let me tell you, although we're in Wales, we're in the middle of nowhere, I've still got internet, so I've watched Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace, or Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa. What a bunch of arse flaps, they really are. We lost 3-1, and they're absolutely diabolical. I think Villa could go down this year, but Luke were playing at Swansea, in Swansea. That's too far for us to travel because that's miles away. It's really hard getting from North Wales to South Wales, to be fair. So I couldn't have gone and watched it even if I'd wanted to. But Luton won 2-0. So I'm a little bit happy and a little bit really irritated. The tent is still upright, just about. It's been proper windy, I swear to God. But I think I might have made a discovery. So I'm going to have a little look. Once Lee gets out of bed, because she went to sleep, because I think she was scared of all the noise. But she claimed she just went to keep Hector company because he was sleeping on the bed. So Lee went to bed as well. She'll probably be awake. Well, she's awake now because obviously I've disturbed her shouting at the telly. But I think I have made a discovery. I'm going to have a little look in a bit. Bye. Right then, everyone. Are you ready? This is me discovery. Hold on, I'm not telling you yet. I'll go on then. Because it zips two ways, I think that's what you're supposed to do when it's really windy, to actually let some air flow through to stop that top bar bending backwards, because that's what kept happening. But now we're letting a bit of air through and not everything completely open because it's bloody freezing. Is there any professional camperists out there that know if this is I'm right on this? Because I think I am, because now it's not moving too much and it's a bit warmer nearby. Well, I'm actually confident that my front flaps being open has solved the wind issues. We're not flapping so much. So yeah, I'm quite happy now. I'm not tense anymore. Bye. Going for a wee. He's got big bullets, hasn't he? Lee?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Cooking potatoes.
Potatoes? Oh, they're spitting. Hector, did you steal my socks? Did you steal my socks? I think he did. So, if you look now, we've got beans and potatoes cooking in the zebra pot, or zebra pot as many people call them. And Lee's doing some cheese and some egg nonsense. And we're going to bugger all that lot in there, aren't we, Lee?
Apparently so.
And just see what happens.
I'm not sure about the egg going in.
Why not? It'll just like be, I don't know, like a big omelette-y bollocksy thing, isn't it? Who knows? This is cooking on the fly. It might be absolutely fabulously, who knows?
Right.
Or it might be rank. Then we'll just pop down the kebab shop. Now that we're happy that my flappage... Oh look, can we focus that there? See, the flappage works. There's no doubt I'm a genius. You have to have your front flaps open. Don't you, Lee?
Yes, dear.
Bye. You never said bye.
Oh, bye. Sorry, I'm concentrating on my beans.
Your front
And
flaps, your front flaps and your bean. I tell you, bye. Is it cooked then, Lee?
Think so.
Let's have a little looky.
Looks rank.
Goodness me. So explain again what that is, Lee.
10 potatoes, tin of beans, 4 eggs, and some cheese.
And just all buggered about in one pot. So what are we going to call this? Well, I'll tell you what, because we're near Liverpool, because we're not far from Liverpool, yeah, because we're in North Wales, Liverpool's just across that there bridge, we could call this Jurgen Slop. What do you think?
Good. Hello.
You didn't really laugh at that because I can see your Nellies. You didn't. Yeah, it's not a girl thing. It's football. We could just call it gruel. Bye. Doesn't look very appetising, does it?
Ah, it's all right.
I'll tell you. This is vegetarian, isn't it, Lee?
Yeah, I suppose it is.
Right then, Lee. Are you doing the taste test? Well, obviously you are. You see how quick she put that in her mouth?
I don't care. I'm just eating. It's cheesy. Cheesy, eggy, beanie, potatoey.
She put it in her mouth and it tasted cheesy. Is it all right?
Not like.
She was more concerned about where to put her wine, weren't you, Lee?
I was. We need a little table.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, I'll tell you what, that wasn't bad. It wasn't kind of like kebab league or anything like that. I mean, I'd have rather had a kebab, but considering
It tasted better than it looked.
it was actually all right, to be fair. It's filled a hole, hasn't it, Lee?
Cheesy. Yeah.
I would say if there's one thing I would have changed with that fabulous recipe that we just came up with, right, is I probably would have had at least double the cheese.
Right. Okay.
Would you not have, Lee?
I don't.
Yeah, because it wasn't that cheesy. Not as cheesy as mine. Bye. So mighty. Ow! You're so mighty. Yes, you. I love clouds, I do. Clouds are awesome. Well, it's the end of the second full day at the campsite. Obviously, it's been very windy and a bit scary. It's all calmed down now. So we're taking Hector out for his last little walk of the evening to do his wheeze and stuff. So we'll do another perimeter the opposite way round. This looks quite interesting, doesn't it? He's got a tent on his roof on a normal car. That's very cool. It's like a flying saucer, I say. I'll tell you what, if Lee and I had one of those, the roof would cave in because we're too fat.
Thank you.
It's all right.
Speak for yourself.
Isn't that a magnificent view, I say? Absolutely fabulous. It's been brilliant so far, to be fair. Lee,
Yes.
where's Hector?
In bed. In
What
our
ti-
bed.
It's about 9 o'clock, isn't it? It's 10 to 9.
Yeah.
And Hector has decided, all on his own, that he has gone to bed. You're tired, Hector. Lee, how dare you do that on our video? Did you hear that, Hector? Nighty night, Hector. Say no night to everyone else on YouTube, Hector. Yeah. Nighty night. See you tomorrow. Hopefully it's not as windy. Bye. Good morning, campers. It's a bit calmer now. I tell you, yesterday was very windy. It looks rather grey out there, doesn't it? Lee is actually up.
Of course I'm up.
Lee, how loud was that rain last night?
That was mental, wasn't it?
I'll tell you.
I thought it was going to come on bit, like, on my head.
It was so loud. Yeah, rain in a tent ain't quiet. Mind you, we're used to it in a boat, aren't we? But goodness me.
And I have my earplugs on, I can still hear it.
You had them on?
Million.
On what?
On my arse.
Oh, okay. We're having a lovely cup of tea, then we're going to decide what we're going to do. Bye.
Bye. Go back to bed.
Right then, we're off to Loggerheads Country Park, aren't we, Lee?
Yeah.
And I think there's a cave there. There's a valley river and nice bridges and stuff. I don't know. It's just a country park, but we thought we were going to get out today. This one thing does make me a little bit nervous about camping, to be honest.
Continue on A5104 for half a mile.
Yeah, okay. It's leaving the tent behind with stuff in it, because we can't possibly just put everything back in the car. So I do worry a bit about security with tents, but what can you do, I guess. So we'll see you there. Bye. We're here, everyone, aren't we, Lee Lawson?
Yeah. Hector, come on.
Lee,
Yes.
what are they for then?
Milling.
Huh.
Milling flour.
Bye. This is rather lovely, isn't it, Lee Lawson?
It's very nice.
So it's weird how the river stops and it's just all stones. Obviously there hasn't been that much rainfall here, but I guess when it does rain and the water comes off the hills, this all flows. There's some sort of ruins there too. As you can hear, there's quite a lot of people about. Mind you, it is Sunday.
Right.
Lee, are we going to go in Devil's Gorge now? I hope it's not too tall or too high.
Go on then. Let's go.
Bye.
Seems people have been putting coins in the tree. I've never seen that before. How do they do that? I don't know what the idea behind that is, but...
Is it right to say hello?
Yeah, oh yeah, of course.
You?
Not a bad view from top. We're knackered getting up here, but there we are then. It's magnificent, I say. really had a proper swim, Hector hasn't. Not that he'd be out swimming that, but...
That's clever. All the scales. The scales are nailed.
I say. Do you want some ice cream, Hector?
Get your nose right in there.
You're supposed to get your head in there, fella.
Get your head in there.
He never gets left out, does Hector? It's a strange old structure, isn't it? That was fun, wasn't it, Lee?
It was.
Now we're going to somewhere we can't pronounce the name of. It's Bwlch Pen Barras. BWLCH.
I'm sure it's not a ch.
I'm sure there's some going on. Anyway, that's where we're going because it's just nice scenery. And then we're going to Tesco's to get some barbecue stuff and some fuel. Bye.
Bye.
Scary road. Lee, you sucking on a mint?
I'm chewing a toffee.
No. Now we know what it's called. It's called Bwlch. Is that what it said?
No,
What did it say then?
I don't know. Bulk.
Bulk.
Yeah, not ch.
That's how you pronounce it.
I don't think
BWLCH. Bulk. Weird language.
If we see another car, I shall just die. Let's man up here first. Again, too much.
It's a long way down, isn't it, Lee?
It is. You're welcome.
And we're back at the campsite. And it looks
We've got the field.
like we've got
to
the whole
ourselves.
field to ourselves. Oh no, there is one more in the
One
corner over there. Oh, I don't think it's it.
They're still there.
But we're all lonely. Let's hope everything's still there, eh?
Don't say that.
Lee,
Yes.
is that your favourite gadget?
It is.
Can you hear it sparking? That's her getting bugs.
Still didn't get that one. Yes, I got it. So satisfying.
Every time you hear that, tick, tick, that's something dying. And because Hector's been a good boy, he's got a new chew, haven't you, Hector? And all he wants to do is go and find somewhere to bury it or hide it. There he goes. Hector, where you going? You got to come in here. I don't know why he doesn't just eat the bloody thing. Well, I guess is this the last day here? I should tell you a bit about the tent and what I think of it all. I'm going to give you the negatives first. Tent pegs, they're diabolical. They're like chocolate. Now I understand they're trying to keep prices down and all that sort of stuff now, and I expect if you've bought a little cheap Aldi tent or Lidl tent or something under 100 quid, then yeah, you're just going to get them crappy metal tent pegs. But when you're paying, let's just say over £200, I think you should get something a lot sturdier. Now this tent uses obviously quite a lot of tent pegs, and we've bent 2 or 3 of them. Obviously we had really high winds and they did hold, but I would like to see them add another 20 or 30 quid onto the tent and give us decent tent pegs, maybe those ones with the screw threads in them, something like that. The instructions, they're diabolical. I'm just going to put myself off to one side now so I can put them here and just show you what the instructions were. Now I'm not stupid, well I might be a bit stupid, but I could kind of figure it out. But I would have thought some of those people that are new to especially these big tunnel tents, they may have been a bit confused by them because there's no real instructions. There's nothing telling you what the actual features of the tent are. Like you saw yesterday with all that wind, we had that kind of flap we could open to allow the wind flow through. There was nothing about that, and there should have been. So they're probably the only down points. There is one little down, actually there's one more down point which I'll show you in a minute. There's a couple of straps inside which are to stop the sideways movement like this. One of them just doesn't seem to lock off, it just keeps undoing. I mean, it's a minor thing, there's something obviously not quite right with that, but I'm sure we'll suss that out. So let's move on to the good things. I'm going to turn camera around so you can see what I'm talking about. First of all is the sheer size of it. It is a 6-man tent. Now just so you know which this is, because I don't think I've actually mentioned it, it's a Vango Callao, and it's exclusive to go outdoors, I believe. But I love the amount of windows. As you can see when I come through, obviously we've got one open here at the moment, or the front open, but that's another window there. And we've also got these lovely, you know, another couple of side windows there and a side entrance, because sometimes it's nice to go in from the side, you know. So that, the sheer size of it and the windows make it fabulous. 6 people in it, I think that'd be a bit tight, to be fair. And for me and Lee, this is brilliant. As a 2-man tent, I know it's an overkill for 2 men, but you know what? It's so comfortable. We've got so much living space. And obviously we've had room, so we can have our own toilet room and a double bedroom. And we haven't struggled at all for space. We can put so much shit in here, it's unbelievable. I also like it when we do go in, that you can't actually see into the bedrooms, because this blackout stuff is really good. So obviously we've made these 2 sections into 1 bedroom here, and then we have the toilet in there. And that's Lee, by the way. And also when you're sitting in here, let's just turn around and I'll sit down. Let's put it on wide. And you can see the panoramic view these windows give you. And of course you can cover them all up. So that's absolutely fantastic. I think it's been brilliant that we bought this carpet for it. It just makes it warm, I think. And just nice. We even brought our slippers with us. We didn't get cold, did we, Lee, really?
No.
The tent is really thermally good, isn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So, I mean, at the moment, you can see the weather outside, leaden skies. We're in Wales, remember? And we've got the side door open and the front door open. And it's still hot in here. So, yeah, the tent itself, I think, is really well made. As I say, this was the other bit that I was saying that I thought was a bit dodgy. This particular one here, I can just pull this like that. And I shouldn't be able to do that. So now I've taken the slack out of it. I'd have to take this off to retighten it. So there's something not quite right. All the others seem to be okay. That's fine. This one here, fine. This one here, fine. But that particular one, and it is wired up right. It looks exactly the same as the other one. But no, there's something odd there. I think that's about it. We've had a really good trip, haven't we, Lee?
We have.
What do you think of the tent?
Oh yeah, I love it.
It's not been uncomfortable at all, is it? I'll tell you what, this is bigger than a lot of hotel rooms we've stayed in. Isn't it?
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, is there anything else you'd like to add, my darling?
No, I don't think so. Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's been really good.
What have we missed? What do we think? There's only a few things, isn't there? There's tent pegs, like I say. So on our shopping list, there's better tent pegs.
Yeah, better tent pegs. Another little table.
Yep. So we've got this
We
table
need a
here.
Table for the barbecue, but so we could always also do with another little table.
Yeah, so we'd like something like this, not with the storage, but like half the size of this. You've got a proper flat surface, so we can put the 2 grills on there, or the 2, gas thingy doodahs, cookers. And this one's okay, but obviously because it's got holes in it, when we use the power jet things, the legs fall down the hole. So that's all right as a side table. But yeah, so that's all. What else? A little bin, perhaps.
A little bin. A little tray for the cutlery, because that's just sort of chucked in the cupboard. So, but just silly things like that I didn't think of. But you just need to get a little, like sandwich dish or food pot or something, just to put the cutlery in, just to keep it kind of neat and tidy, really.
And then for the bedding, we'd need to get some, because we brought them up in bin bags, didn't we, Lee?
Well, only because in case it rained, then at least we could transfer them.
Well, yeah, so we need some sort of, we're going to, pull string big bags or something like that. That for a couple of those for our bedding and pillows, and then another one for dirty washing, because the dirty washing is just, I don't really like putting my dirty washing back in my rucksack with me clean clothes.
Well, that's just in a black bin bag.
I know, but again, if we had one of those pulled together things, that'd be a good place for them. And apart from that, I think we've done all right. Like I say,
better frying pan.
Yeah, because the frying pan I've got is for an open fire, like my firebox, so it's not really for camping. A lot of the stuff we bought was actually for us doing the bushcraft stuff and using the firebox, and not for camping. But it's brilliant because they have doubled up, so we haven't had that expenditure, have we, to buy all new zebra pots and stuff like that.
With a kettle and then the pot we use.
Yeah, it's just the frying pan. We'll probably get a nice Scoville or something that's non-stick. And that's about it, I think. I can't think of anything else that we missed, so we've been really comfortable, to be fair. And so I absolutely love the tent. I am wondering if we're going to get it back in the bag tomorrow. That's going to be the hard bit. I'm sure we will. Well, Lee will. That's not my job. All right then, bye. Actually, there's one bit I missed. Another major plus. I love this porch area, because because obviously it's not got a ground sheet in it. This we could call this the shit area, where you put all the stuff that you don't actually want in your tent. So there's these are some of the bags that we need to put our stuff away in, because obviously we're going to pack most of it away tonight. So they're there. Our shoes can sit out here. We've got the bin, the Lotus grill, and some stuff, food stuff that only needs ambient temperature, so they can all stay out here. And obviously it closes. So yeah, it's a nice big area. So, you know, you can obviously take your shoes off out here before stepping into a lovely carpet. I'm here in my pants, by the way, because it's so hot. I'm sure you all want to know that. And that concludes the review of the Vango Callao 600 XL. I do think that Vango should really employ me and give me one of their tents, each of their tents. I can take them out, review them, and give people instructions and tell them what all the features actually are. Because I'll tell you what, they'd sell a lot more of them. I'm telling you, I'm absolutely telling you, Vango, are you listening? Give us all your tents and pay me lots of money, and I'll review all your tents for you, and I'll tell everyone exactly how to put them up. Because that's what you should really be doing on your website. You should have every single tent you do should be shown how to put it up and what all the features of that tent are, so people know and don't have to guess. Bye. Right then, I guess we need to do a Jackery update as well, don't we? I'll say right from the get-go that I think they're fabulous, right? I absolutely really do rate them. And now it could be a Blue Yeti or all the other ones, I don't know. But obviously we've got the Jackeries and we got the 1000 and the 240. And I think that's a perfect combination. I'll tell you why now. The big boy Jackery, the 1000, I don't think we really need to have charged that. If we just used it just for the fridge and for our phones and bits and bobs, that would have survived without, or we would probably still have charge in it now. But we did put the 2 panels on it, I think on day 2, and got it back up to 100%. So that now, right as we speak now, our last day, that's still sitting at 50%. And that's been going for 2 days flat with everything. And that includes hair dryers, my MacBook Pro once, my camera batteries, and a few other bits and bobs that we need. So that's done well. The 240. Yesterday we had that down to 7%. And you saw the weather yesterday. So I say 7% that was on, because I left that on overnight, again doing another charge on my MacBook Pro. So a full charge, because I got that down to pretty much 0. And obviously again other batteries and stuff that we've got here. And we did run it for a little while on the fridge. So that's how we got it down to 7%. But yesterday, in that inclement weather and all the wind and nastiness, we managed to get that back with one single panel to 100%. So that now will go home with us on 100%. Now, I could have put the Jackery panels out again tonight for the big 1000 one, or during the day today on the 1000 one, and I'm pretty sure we'd have got that back up to 100% as well. So I'm confident that if we'd stayed here for 3 weeks, we would have had enough power by using them. And we haven't had to put it into a plug socket anywhere, just using solar. Now, we could have plugged it into the car, so on the cigarette lighter thing, or we're not allowed to call them that anymore, are we? The 12-volt power thingamajing in your car while we've been driving around, that would have given us a bit more extra power, but we haven't needed to. So yeah, I would say if you're doing stuff like us and you're doing a bit of camping and you want to be able to charge it without using a plug, into the mains, so to save a bit of money, because we all know these power bills are going up. Well, they've worked for us, and I can only say what's worked for us. And I think that's probably the most important thing with these solar generators. Is not, oh, what will this power? Will this power a hairdryer? Will this power a microwave? Blah, blah, blah. It's actually, how do you get power back into it for free? So, and it's been very successful in that way. So yeah, I would highly recommend them. I think we've got the right combination with the 1000 and the 240, because the 240 one, that would have worked fine for just charging probably all my camera batteries and our phones. Forget the fridge for a minute. That's where you start needing the big ones. If you want to use a fridge, you want to dry your hair and all that sort of stuff, then you need the 1000. If you're just charging phones and batteries and stuff like that, the 240 is probably enough for you, to be honest with you. And that concludes our little Jackery review, I suppose you'd call it. Yeah, love it. Bye. Lee,
What?
are you still having foil malfunctionage?
Foil issues. Yes.
All we're trying to do is make a few strips to put in our Lotus grill for our last supper. Aren't we, Lee?
Yes.
I did say I'll wait for 10-15 minutes, didn't I?
You did.
It's now been 25. So what is actually the issue then, Lee Lawson?
Well, it's been squished here, so that's what it started. So then we tried to cut it, but that wasn't successful.
Made it worse, did it?
Then I scored it a bit further down, but then I think I just made it worse. So, yes, it's just...
All we wanted was some foil
all
that
we wanted
worked.
was some foil.
I tell you, there's been a lot of
65p.
malfunctions, isn't there, this holiday? I tell you.
It's because they put it in a box. It's never been in a box before, and it's always been fine.
Why did it make a difference because it's in a box?
I don't know.
Bye. Bye. Well, this truly is our last supper on our camping trip. So we got some chicken and mango-y weirdness. Got some fire pit chicken and weirdness and some sausages. Hector's waiting for his dinner. Aren't you, Hector? Is it nice, Lee?
Oh. Yes, thank you, darling. Delicious, as always.
Can't believe it's our last night, can you, Lee? I honestly can't. It's gone so quickly.
It's kind of gone slowly, but it's gone quickly as well, if that makes any sense at all.
That makes no sense. Bye.
I know.
Right, the lady and I are quite intrigued as to what is going on up there. You see that field up there? Is it like some sort of... Obviously, it can't be a vineyard in Wales or olives, but what is it? What is it? Come on, people. Help us out here. There's obviously some sort of crop that's been on that hillside, but we don't know what it is. Because you can see the tractor or the, you know, the kind of, I don't know, brown bits between the green bits. So that to me, because I've done farming simulator, you know, it is very similar to olive farming and grapes. But what on earth could that be on the Welsh hillsides? Anyone know? Lee,
Yes, darling.
it's a little bit sad, isn't it?
You say this every time we go home, and then you say, oh, I'm glad to be home.
Yeah, but I like the tent.
I know, darling.
We've got lots of room in the tent.
We have. At last, you have to lay on the floor, starfish-like, and take up as much room as you possibly can.
Lee? Lee,
Yes.
can I have some chocolate with my starfish?
Honey.
What do you think, Hector? Well, that's just about it for tonight. It's almost time for sleepy nights. Lee's just gone down to do the washing up because they have a pot wash thing here. We've packed a lot of the stuff away, so we shouldn't have too much to do in the morning. We've loved it, to be fair. Fantastic campsite, fantastic tent, just a fantastic time. Nighty night, everyone. That's it then, boys and girls. Look, we actually got it down. And we actually did get it back into its tent bag, although the tent bag looks fatter than it was. I think it's put on weight since it's holiday. Hey, Lee, we're all done.
Go holiday. Put on weight.
I need a wee before we go.
So do I.
I have to get the toilet out again. Silly joke there. All right then, darling, bye.
Bye, darling.
Lee,
Yes.
it's all bollocks, isn't it? The bloody congestion on the M6, shock horror. It's going to add another half an hour or so to our journey.
I don't need a wee.
Well, at least the old top box thingy won't blow off at this speed. Bye.